Good afternoon all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Thursday afternoon, August 19th, and we are looking at Window Trader's market profile of SPY, IWM, and Triple Qs. I had to leave early today. I actually got back a lot earlier than I thought, so the video will be usual time. Got back for like the last 10 minutes of the day. Very, very interesting how we pulled back tremendously in K period. Made a new low on the day in Russell as they finally took out their low from D period. Well, they did that in J, but then J and K. For NQ, Triple Q, SPY, and ES, K is going to be an afternoon pullback. I'm going to use that because that's the only thing to really lean on. Triple Qs are only 7 wide, so they have their days high, their days low, and I will use the pullback. They gapped lower, filled the gap in B period, took back the price probe from yesterday, and actually got that 11 wide POC from yesterday, and they end with overlapping to lower value. And I'm going to show the weekly charts on all three of these to show you what transpired today. Now the Russell again, biggest one having issues. They gapped lower, never filled the gap. They got close to filling the gap, but they did not fill it as they one time framed up in B, but that was it. They do end 10 wide, but again, they have today's gap, and they have a gap from about 3-4 days ago. SPY and ES. This is going to be an interesting question. Who won the day today? Was it the Bulls or was it the Bears? Well, Bulls are going to say, boy, did we defend that 4-week low to the penny. Talk about mechanical trading today. We have a $5.02 range. We have 90 million shares on the tape. We'll probably do close to 100 million with the after hours, and every move was mechanical all day long. Totally short-term traders. They had a vicious short covering and FOMO buying in A and B. But who won the day? Buyers are going to say we defended the balance low. They certainly did. And sellers are going to be quick to point out you couldn't even get the price probe and you couldn't even get into the upper distribution. We still have the small set of single prints. And guess what? They're right. So in the bigger picture, nothing changed. Monthly up, weekly balance, daily down. So tomorrow is going to be critical. If the buyers can take out today's high, they should take back that and come back into balance and take back the price probe and the trend day. If they can't take out today's high, well, guess what? If we go and get yesterday's low, nothing's really changed because we're going to be right back at that level. Considering we only have 8 wide and a pullback with a $5 range, again, unless we get a gap, put on your hard hats because we will be tremendous chop inside of today's range, just like you got today. I was just telling the room right before the market closed, I don't know if I would have gotten hurt or made money on that pullback because initially I was looking for a long. I had told the room if we pulled back to yesterday's low. But when it finally transpired, that would have meant POC was getting pulled down here, I believe. So if the POC was right around there, I don't know if I would have taken that long. So I'm not really sure. If I did, I obviously would have been in some hurt and pain if it went down. If I waited to get value low, well, then it would have been very, very rewarding. As far as the trades I did do today, while I was here, I had a good day and I missed a couple. Had some things going on in A. I absolutely missed the first run-up in A period. When the gap got to within about 80 cents, I was all lined up to take a nice put play. Didn't get them. Pulled back immediately about 70 cents. But I did get a short when the gap got even smaller, 446 put play, which I got paid on. Then in B period, I just watched it ripped higher. I was like, let them go get the overnight high. I don't think we are going to attempt to go trend that quick. Took another 446 put play, and they did back off where I got paid. C period, I actually took a long. When we came, even though we stopped the one-time framing, I took a small long, nothing big, the 442s, which came back up and paid me. Hold on a second. I'm losing my mind. I'm giving you yesterday's trades. I'm like, what am I doing? Let's regroup. A period, I did take a short, but it was the 439 puts. I'm saying 446. 439 puts, and it did pay me when the gap was about 80 cents and then it pulled back. B period, I took the short against the price probe as was starting to get higher. I was like, I don't mind taking it. If we were really going to rip to the price probe that early, I wouldn't have minded taking it. that worked out. Those were the 441s. I didn't do a buy long in C. I did a long in D when we came back down and tested yesterday's low. I took the long, the 438s that I got paid on. And then again in F, I took a long when we were one time framing up. We filled the single prints and got long right there, and it went back up. Those were the 439s. Sorry about that. So 4 trades I did today. Again, the only other trade I would have taken today, believe it or not, would have been along somewhere. I don't know if it would have been around the yesterday's low and half back or down at value low. It's tough to tell when I'm not here what kind of tempo was happening. If it was really ripping down, I might have hopefully would have held off and maybe taken it around value low. But again, not sure what I would have done. As far as destinations, you should have all the ones from the upside from yesterday. You should have a lot of the ones from the downside that I've given you. So I'm just going to give you the 3 from today. That is today's high on the upside of 441.14. Then everything else is the same. We never even got the price probe. And on the downside, I will use K's low as 437.46 as the afternoon pullback low. And then today's low of 436.12. And you should have all the other ones I gave yesterday. And again this morning, I gave you additional ones back to July 20th. Now, let's go to the charts. And I'm going to show you the weeklies in all of these because I think they're important and what happened today. So here's SPY, right? The monthly's fine. One time framing up. We gapped lower. We attempted to get the 2 weekly lows of July 26th and August 2nd. We missed August 2nd's low by 2 cents. That's pretty weak to me. 2 cents. We missed the week before by 12 cents. So yes, they held the balance low. But we're going to see if we visit that, because I'll tell you what, if we don't get it tomorrow and we have 3 weekly lows within 13 cents of each other, that's a target on their back. I can tell you that. Also, we have to see, do we close with an outside week down? Last week's low was 441.31. So tomorrow's close is going to be very, very important. Then again, I shouldn't discount an outside week up. Maybe we'll be up $10 tomorrow. But we have to see what kind of close we get tomorrow, because that's going to be pretty important to me. Remember last week how poor the volume was? 207 million. It was the lightest in 5 years without a holiday week. Well, we have a day to go, and we're already at 345 million. So we're going to more than double last week's volume. Amazing when you get volatility. On the daily, nothing's changed for me. We are still one time framing down 3 days. We're between the 20 and we're between the 50. Now, the 20-day moving average is 441.48. So there's even more importance on last week's low. If we close below it, then we have an outside week down and we close the week below the 20. If we close back inside last week's range, then there's a good chance we close above the 20, and then that, it's a little more comforting for the bulls if that was to happen. So we'll see. Now, let's just look at the other weekly ones. Tomorrow I'll recap all 3 of these indices from monthly, weekly, daily. What did triple Qs do this morning? Well, guess what? They got back to the low of their 4-week balance. They stretched theirs a little bit, right? Balance rules. We didn't get to ours barely, and we reversed. Triple Qs actually stretched theirs by, not by a lot, 20 cents. And they rallied $4 off of it. Balance rules are so much more important than gap rules because they come into play so much more. Do you realize people who were screaming gap rules this morning, if they shorted the opening, they got destroyed? That's why I tell you, gap rules have to be put into context. I made 2 really nice shorts in A and B, but nowhere near the lows. Keep that in mind. So for now, a very nice job by the bulls in triple Qs of defending their balance low. Russell's a different story. Now, just like triple Qs, they had an outside week down also. The problem with triple Qs is their balance low is all the way down to 209.05. Now, did they defend it? To a point they did. I just want to see something. Last week's low was 220.47. We have a weekly, I didn't even realize that. They have a weekly gap on the Russell. So not only was it an inside week down so far, That gap held, not by a lot, by 21 cents, but it held. So it's an inside week down. And now we did get to 210.68, and we did rally. We closed a buck and change above it, which isn't a lot. So this weekly low is still incredibly important, 209.05, because if that doesn't hold, you're going to go test this monthly low, and that's a 5-month balance low, and they better hold that. So it could be pretty interesting to see how they close out their week tomorrow. I hope you had a good day trading. Thank you for watching the videos. Please hit subscribe and like them. Come check us out at camelbacktrading.org. Have a great night, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.